to go. I don't go no more. From now on, everything's gonna be alright. Don't go, don't go, don't go, don't go. Don't ever leave me.
Well, I'm about to pull life with the Ike 79 Malibu in the shop. Get ready, start wet sanding, getting ready for paint. We done got to that point. I just got to move these stands out because it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so it looks like I'm gonna have to wet sand it inside. So let me go ahead and remove all these stands, then we'll get the car cleaned up and pull it inside. All right, about to pull it in now. Finish wiping it down. Well, this the following morning, but it's been a change of plans. I had talked to Brian over there at Life with the Ikes, and we was discussing about taking this windshield out, also the back glass, because the back glass is pretty much already out, if you can see when I push on it. So we're gonna take it out, and that's gonna set me back for us to wet sanding. I started taking the clips out. I couldn't get those out yet, but I got the side ones out, and I got all these out from the on the front windshield, because you want to get all this up in here, paint it if you can. So by us taking this windshield out, cleaning all that glue up, it's gonna be a better paint job. So I'll cut y'all back on once I'm gonna make a video doing that, but it'll probably come out before this video. So once I get that done, we'll pick up where we left off for us to wet sand.
Several days later.
Okay, I just finished up with taking the windshield out and the back glass. Got everything cleaned up and primed. Now we can pick up where we left off. And that's for us doing the wet sand. Now we're gonna spray some guide coat on it. I'm not gonna wet sand until in the morning because we're gonna let this primer here dry good enough. But I'm gonna go ahead and spray some guide coat. It's some flat black spray paint. I'm gonna use some cardboard, try to keep it out the jams. But this all you gotta do, just mist it on. Ain't gotta be no heavy coat. Here's the guide coat. Like I said, I'm not gonna start sanding on it till in the morning. So in the morning, I'll cut y'all back on, then we'll get started. Okay, this is the following day. I pulled it in the shop last night, and I'm thinking about just start wet sanding. It ain't raining outside, but I might as well just start in here until it get kind of hot. If it get too hot for me, I'll take it on outside and get some air. But on this video here, we're gonna be doing all the wet sanding. This the final sand before paint. This the most crucial part of the sanding process as well, because anything that you leave gonna show up in the paint. So you want to get all the imperfections, scratches, pinholes, anything like that. You want to get it out in this sanding process here. And what we're gonna be doing, I painted the jam, so I got a hard line here. I'm gonna show you how to get that out, feather edge that, and how to keep all the body lines straight. Also these rounded edges here, you don't want to scratch that, square it off. I'm gonna show you how to do that. And I got some of the sandpaper that I'll be using, which I'm just gonna use one grit, but it's different grit that you can use. You can use 400 grit, 600, even 320. I like to use 320. A lot of people be wondering why I'm using 320. because the sanding process goes a lot faster because it's more rougher than 400 or 600. But the downside of this 320, you're gonna have to put a seal on it. And I like to seal all my cars before I paint it. It leaves a good foundation. And this 400, you could get by not putting a seal on it, but you'll probably still see the scratches in the base coat, the first coat of base coat. If you're not gonna use a sealer, if you don't want to see the scratches on the first coat, use 600. It's just a finer grit, and it takes a lot longer to knock down the surface, but you can get by doing it. So we're gonna move this 600, 400, get it out the way. And we're gonna use some of this 320. I already got my soap and water over here. So, and here's the blocks. I got a rounded block here. I got a square block, another square block, these rigid blocks, and I got a soft block. I'll probably use all 4 of these during the process. Like this rounded block be good for areas like this, where it's rounded, the contour, so you want to square it off, because if you use a block like this, you could put scratches up in there if you don't know what you're doing. And on this longer block here, we're gonna use these on this on the hood. We might use it pretty much everywhere that we can, but a lot of it we're just gonna use this block here. But these longer panels here, I'll probably use this block here on this. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a full sheet in it. The full sheet gonna be good for this block here, also this block. And then we're gonna put another full sheet in. We're gonna cut it in half for these 2 blocks. Let's drop it in our water, let it sit for a while. We're gonna get this step stool so we'll have something to put our bucket on. Keep from bending down so far during the process. Y'all know SprayWay done got old, so all that bending down, I'd be wild. You can also get a old dish detergent, put some water in it, a dish detergent bottle, and just keep your surface wet like that. I'll probably do that as well, but you can do it like this also. I guess we'll grab the smaller one that I cut in half, put it on your block. You got 3 sides to work with, this side, then that side. You can get your rag out, kind of squeeze it out a little bit. You don't want to squeeze it all the way out because you're going to use that water to keep the surface wet. Then you squeeze it out. Go in the X pattern, back and forth, removing the guide coat. Once the guide coat is gone, that means that area there is flat. Like up in here. Let me squeeze this out so I can show you a little bit better. Wipe it. That's good there. Still gotta bring this down. But I think I'm gonna switch blocks. I'm gonna go with this longer block. I just want to show you. In the longer block, you're just gonna wrap it the same way. It's just gonna be wrapped more times around. You cover more ground. And you can also get a lot flatter, because you might got a ding that's a little bit bigger than the block, which I shouldn't, because I already did the body work on it. But just say for instance, you doing regular body work, just starting out, on the first stage you want to use a bigger block. Then you can see I'm cutting through right there. Don't worry about it, because I'm putting a seal on it. Like I said, it's going to be all one uniform color once I put that seal on it. Even if you cut through and see some bare metal, it'll be fine. A little small area like that. But that's pretty much all you gotta do. Now you can see right now, by using this block here, you can see this area here. Hold on, let me wipe it. You can see this area here, low, up and down. Now if I leave it like that, you're gonna see that once I put that clear coat on it, that paint on it. Now if I would've used a smaller block, I might've would've got it off, dug down up in it, because you know, the bigger block, the more ground you cover. That's why I like using larger blocks, and you would never know, because I just say if I was using my hand, because you can use your hand, I would have rubbed it off. I never would have seen that low area. I just gotta continue to keep coming down with it. It ain't gonna take much. Coming right on off. Now you can see I'm still hitting bare metal, but it's almost gone, so I can't go much further because I'm hitting bare metal. Now I'm hitting some filler as well, but I can come down a little bit more. I pretty much finished blocking the hood, all the flat areas. I got to go back and do around the edges up in here, but I'm gonna wipe it down first so I'll be able to see if I missed anything. Okay, I pretty much got all of this part of the hood done. I still got to cut in this area here, but I want to show you how I do it. I just take some sandpaper, then I fold it in half like this here. Close my fingers, keep them closed, and I just do it by hand. You want to make sure you keep your fingers closed, because if you don't, you'll put grooves in it, and you definitely don't want to do that. The same way with down here, I do it the same way. I might take my thumb and do it. Just shape it up. Let me show you how I get this contour somewhat rounded off. You want to get your rounded block, so you won't square the edges off. I got some 320 wrapped around it. You see how I'm concentrating from here down? I'm not trying to go past this body line, because from here down I'm gonna use a flat block, and from here up a flat block. Okay, let's concentrate on this area here. How I go about tackling this. On the edges, I try to open the door so I won't be hitting the other panel. I'll do the flat area first. Then I take some sandpaper by hand to get up in here. Okay, I got this here taken care of. And let me show you. You can see I'm doing it in stages. I did this contour down here, all the way around, all this here. I just got to go back and hit this flat area. I done got all of the top. I guess I can show you how I do this hard edge. That's when I painted the jams. I got a hard edge there. You want to knock that down, feather edge it. It's pretty much the same thing. Just gonna take a block and go over it, knock it down. Then I take some sandpaper by hand, go back over it. That's pretty much it. I'm just about wrapping it up for us to wet sanding. Only thing left, I got to wet sand these 1-part glazing putty spots that I seen. 1 part for minor imperfections. These are the spots that I seen that I had to go back and touch up back here. The rest of the car turned out good. And you pretty much doing the same thing. Sanding all this glazing, put it down. Don't take much to knock it down. You'll be able to see the slight pinhole there that I feel. Once I finish this, I cut y'all back on and walk you around the car. Okay, I'm finished with the wet sanding. You might see some of the where I cut through the last layer of primer that I sprayed. Might be black here and there. The car had some epoxy primer on it, black, before I started doing the body work. But the hood was new, but I still had to do some body work on it, and it was prime black. That's why you see a lot of black on the hood. I didn't put that many layers of high build primer on the hood because it was already pretty much smooth, but the rest of it I did. But all these different colors, it ain't gonna really matter because I'm gonna put a seal on it, make it one uniform color right before I spray the base coat. Also, you might see some brown metal spots that I cut through. It ain't no big spots. That'll be fine. Now I'm finna pull it out, clean it off, put it right back in and start masking. I'll be ready for the paint. Y'all stay tuned.
Nobody really gave a damn about us. We never stop. Right from the bottom to the top, from